Welcome to another episode of Review Advent Calendar 2022, and today I'm going to review SOARA's Morihito Arihara and Soshi Kagurazaka with Panorama. This is a suggestion by ML. So, I'm going to confess here, since I reviewed this song I haven't listened to it, because, I do have a lot of music to listen to. So I do not remember this song at all. I may remember it when I press play, but right now if you tell me, resume Panorama in 3 words, I do not remember this song. So I'm going to listen to it. It's almost as if it is the very first time, so let's check this song and see what it has to offer. Once again, I'm going to tell you who is performing the song, in case you want to know. Morihito Arihara is voiced by Yuki, and Soshi Kagurazaka is voiced by Makoto Furukawa. So, right off the start, you know that you are going to listen to Yuki and Makoto Furukawa, which is to say, 2 of the best singers among male seiyuu. Let's check what they have to offer in Panorama. To start off, semi-acoustic sound, really warm. It was hinting at something really dark, but you have a really laid-back acoustic guitar sound or melody going on. You have brushy drums, not really that aggressive. The snare is really warmer than usual for SOARA's music, and that's a really good build-up to a song that I hope it is actually good. I remember reviewing this song and giving it top marks, but let's see if anything has changed about my impressions. That's a really nasty bass line going on in there. Punchy. It is pulsating in the background if you pay closer attention. But it is quite subtle if you are listening to the song as a whole without paying attention to anything specific. Breathy Makoto Furukawa is really something that is rare and sounds so good. Perfect matchup on the vocals. I wasn't remembering this song, but the vocals are already awesome, and we are not even in the chorus. Oh, listen to that detail, the piano in the background, ding 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 ding. It's adding a little bit of a layer of beauty to this song, and adding a higher range element to a song that is quite bassy and is lacking a little bit of depth, and up until now that it has that piano hitting in the background really slowly, really delicate, but it's enough of an element to add the depth that this song was lacking initially. That's too good. Harmonies. I didn't pay closer attention to notice if it is falsetto or head voice. Head voice. It's really good. Head voice with vibrato. It was what Makoto Furukawa was doing. Not necessarily Yuki, he wasn't using vibrato at all, but Makoto Furukawa can't put vibrato away. His voice always has vibrato, and that's something that he struggles a little bit to mask when he has to mask it. And in this case, it wasn't necessarily that he was trying to mask it, but he was harmonizing with Yuki, and Yuki didn't use vibrato at all. And for Makoto Furukawa, that there was a bit of vibrato, in that final note, and it was really almost like emotions lingering towards the chorus. It's really a subtle detail that for me makes the performance sound more natural than anything else. Oh, it's so good. Now you have some synths joining the song, but are just hits. Na, 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 na. And they are going there just as they are passing through. They are not going to stay with the song, they are passing through. And they give a sense of passage of time. They give you a sense of scale to the song. That you are gazing upon a really wide soundscape, to a panorama, basically. After listening to this guitar melody, I now want to learn it. It's really, really simple, really, really warm, and it does the job looping over and over again to this song. It is the motif to this song, and what a motif it is. The little bit of reverb to the guitar gives a sense of nostalgia. It is just the perfect amount of reverb in that guitar that makes it sound like something that was back in the day, that happened back in the day, or reminiscing about something that was in the past. It's usually a really awesome thing that you can do. It's really simple to do. That adds a layer of nostalgia to a song. It is to add a little bit of reverb, not go all down to on reverb, because other way you are performing shoegaze rock. But if you go just the right amount, you get this type of song. It is nostalgic but warm at the same time. It is a happy reminiscing of something, not necessarily a sad reminiscing of something. How that head voice and vibrato goes for Makoto Furukawa is insane. And you then have Yuki Ono really smoothly going through those phases, and you barely notice that he was also doing the same thing, but he is less showy in the way he does it. It's not necessarily that Makoto Furukawa does that on purpose, but his voice tends to stand out quite a lot, even if he does not intend to do so. So you do notice when he makes that transition between the head voice and the vibrato, because head voice is not something that he usually uses. That's why it stands out most than when you listen to Yuki Ono performing head voice with vibrato, because those two things are usually part of his repertoire as a singer. So good. And now you have something really different, which is to say, you have on your ears the two singers, one for each one. So if you are listening to this song with monitors, you are going to listen to the sound on your left and your right, different singers. If you are using headphones, they are going to be really close to you, but are on different channels. And you have Yuki Ono on your left, and you have Makoto Furukawa on your right. And Yuki Ono goes really low on his vocal range, while Makoto Furukawa goes really high on his range. When Makoto Furukawa goes high on his range, he usually sounds like he's training his voice. It's not necessarily something that he does really frequently because he knows that his best is in the middle and lower ranges, but when he goes a bit higher, he sounds like he's screaming from his heart, and the performance sounds a bit rawer. And in this case, in Panorama, you do want a bit of rawness in this performance, so it will sound a bit different than usual when you listen to a song by Soshi, which is voiced by Makoto Furukawa, or when you listen to a song by Makoto Furukawa in which he performs usually on a lower range, which is more comfortable for him. Yuki Ono is really doing his best, now lowering a little bit his tone, and is sounding really warm on his end, while Makoto Furukawa is sounding really high and raw, and the nostalgia actually pivoted to his voice. So much vibrato from both. He's really going so low. If you pay closer attention to Yuki Ono, he's going so low on his voice that he's sounding like a pure bass singer. It is so warm, so cozy, so protective in a way, the way he's performing, that you can't help but to notice that, yes, Yuki Ono is really an awesome singer, and why he's so underappreciated when he does these kinds of things effortlessly. Both in head voice, and the guitar goes crazy to those high notes, melodic but high notes. Both the synths and the piano add so much nostalgia in that part, leading up to the outro. So good. I had forgotten about this song, but it's so good. So, it was good to revisit it. It was really good to revisit it. Ooh, they do not give you the pleasure of that chord ending. That's really awesome. I was not expecting this song to be... Well, thank you, ML, because I hadn't listened to this song in a whole long time, and listening to this actually felt more nostalgic than the song itself, and I can actually understand why you picked this song, because this is so good. Yet, yeah, again, another song that is underappreciated in a franchise that has so much talent, both from the seiyuu and from the composers. We're talking about Akira Takizawa composing this song and leaving a mark, a fantastic mark. Now that I've listened to it again, I remember loving this song, and it is a pity that I do not have as much time to revisit songs that I've reviewed, because I review a lot of music per year. It's over 130-40 CDs per year, so it's a lot. We're talking about hundreds of CDs reviewed per year, and there are some songs that really I can't return to them as quickly as I wanted, or end up forgotten like this one. So Panorama by Morihito and Soshi is a fantastic song. You have two of the best singers among male seiyuu, Yuki and Makoto Furukawa, performing together. So better than this is quite impossible. This is really a dream lineup. We're talking about two seiyuu that actually respect each other a whole lot and are really close friends, which makes that chemistry all the more important and all the more noticeable. And you can listen to how harmonious is their performance, how passionate and intense it is, although they are not necessarily screaming about those emotions. They are quite tame about the way they are presenting those emotions to you. There's a lot of sweetness in there, but there's a lingering, underlying nostalgia as well. And that nostalgia and that warmth are split between the two singers to then that basically end up complementing each other and create what you are listening to here. Panorama, it's basically a memory of something really, really good that you are nostalgic about. And that guitar melody that is looping from start to finish. Usually when songs loop the same guitar melody, it gets a bit tiring when you get to the second verse, that you are listening to it yet again. But this song, that guitar melody could be looping to no end, and I would still be listening to that song and I wouldn't be tired about it. It's really a colorful melody, quite simple, but the way it works is so tasteful alongside the smooth minimalistic drums and the punchy bass line in the background. I do love this instrumental for its simplicity. Semi-acoustic rock is not really that much appreciated among 2D music fans, which is a pity. They usually tend to go more for hip-hop or EDM pop, more so than acoustic rock, but it is really a pity that not many people actually appreciate songs like this one, because this is the perfect song to listen to in the autumn, or really when you are feeling nostalgic but you are happy about that nostalgia. And Panorama is all about that. It's good vibes with a little bit of nostalgia on top, and two of the best singers among male seiyuu almost lullabying you and delivering a stunning performance that is insanely technical. So you do have a lot of that going on in this song. So thank you very much, ML, for suggesting Morihito and Soshi's Panorama. And that's all for this entry in the Review Advent Calendar 2022. See you guys soon.